Welcome to the channel where all you got to do is hack up this rotisserie. So this is a rotisserie I bought, I don't know, a year ago or something, and it was cheap and cheap shipping and whatever. Not great. There's a video on it on the disassembly or the unpacking and assembly of it. But anyway, I have this holding up the front of the car, and I have another one on the back holding up the back of the car, and I got some jack stands. So this is essentially being my frame jig because the cement's not going to move. However, I've been, if you watched any of my past videos, I keep saying what my plan is, which is put the hood on, get that aligned to the cowl, put the fenders on, get the fenders aligned to the hood and the cowl, which is this here, and then get the doors hung and those aligned to the fenders, and then I can get my structure for the door in there. So, of course, step one in that process is put the hood on, which, yeah, the hood sticks out to here-ish. So I've been contemplating lots of things on how to do that, and I think I came to the conclusion that, well, this thing's not sacred. So what I'm going to do, because I'm crazy, is I'm going to grind the paint off of here, and same thing here and here, and I'm going to weld a piece of metal there, excuse me, door, and there, so this thing can't move. And then I'm going to unbolt this bar. That's a threaded thingy, so I just take the thrust bearing off of there and unscrew it. And then I'm just gonna, you know, hack through this with a big saw. And then this won't be there anymore. And then, I mean, theoretically, I could bolt this back down over here and it'd be back functional-ish again, maybe. Or I could weld this back on someday if I needed it. But then, with this thing out of my way, I can put my hood on. And now I can align all this junk and fit the radiator and all that stuff. But the main thing is, and what's kind of holding me up on this program is I'm very hesitant to put the, how come I can't remember what those fucking things are called? These guys. So, whatever those are called, I'll put it in the description. But I want to make sure those are in the right place and on the right angle. And I took some measurements, and right here, that's how far it was from there, from putting a yo-yo here to that, and from here to that. But on the left side and the right side, those numbers are different, right? That's 49, 46 and an ace. And this one's 48 and 5/8 and 46 and a quarter. So they're a lot different from left to right. And so I don't just want to match it back up to that because I don't know if that's right. That's where the coupe body was, and that might have had really shitty door gaps. I don't know because I bought it with no doors on it. So anyway, that's my plan. I'm going to get this guy sparkleized up. Alright, so I got one side done. That should hold it at least until I get all this junk off of here, and then I'll put another one on the other side, and then surgery. I need to make a bracket that kind of goes around the corner there. So let me show you how to do that the easy way. Assuming you have a, machinist vise, some shim stock. Well, basically, what I'm going to do here is take some parallels, just kind of set them in there like that. Depending on the offset, you need thicker material, but just kind of, and this doesn't really matter what the shape is because it's just temporary, and just kind of squish it. You can use a machinist vise or regular vise, doesn't matter. Press, take it out, you got that nice offset to it. And depending on how big of an offset you need, you just put more spacers in there. There you go. It's like a glove. Alright, so there you have it. Just a little well down there so I can removalize it later. And I don't need this anymore. So now I'm going to take my choppinator and make that into 2 pieces. Alrighty, so I got this hood on here. Kinda. Got some shims under here just to hold it in sort of gap and flush. Like an 8mm gap in there. And it's somewhat flush. Combination of thick shims and thin shims. So I think that's pretty good on the edges, but look here in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. That's like, it's like a 100 thou gap there. And it's super apparent that it doesn't line up. So this hood, I don't know if this is normal and just nobody notices it, because I know the hinges on these suck. I mean, I never could get my 67 Fastback hood aligned. It was like you close it and this thing is like the hood hinges never went the same spot. So it was so bad that you probably wouldn't even notice this because everything else was so crooked. But that's not acceptable in my frame of mind these days. So I'm gonna have to put this on over my knee and kind of bend it into submission. So that's yeah. Which that'll be a different video, but basically what I'm gonna do is make a template that's the shape of this guy, and then I'll take this thing outside and put some ratchet straps around a redwood or something. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Might involve a skid steer, but yeah, that's really not gonna work. That's a big kerfuffle there. Anyway, pretty sure this is a factory hood, judging by its patina. And yes, this is where the extractor hood is gonna. These will be obviously enlarged a bit. So, but I got a country mile of room in here. Obviously, there's no intake manifold, carburetor, air filter, but still. So I'm gonna have to go down to the shed and get the fenders, and or at least measure the fenders and see how much droop this is supposed to have. Like measure the distance here and here and here. Rather than putting the fender on, I think I'll do that just to get started, knowing full well that I'll have to put the fenders on to get it aligned. But yeah, this is progress. I'm glad I thought about cutting that fucking thing off, because now it's good. Thanks for watching. If you like this content and want more, subscribe, like, and share.